Fun fact, H.P. Lovecraft pronounced Cthulhu as Kalulu. That makes it sound so much more cute. I can imagine Cthulhu-chan's friends calling her Lulu as a nickname.
I told you to stop calling me Lulu, Nyarlathotep senpai.
Alrighty, so today we're doing Nyarlathotep senpai, and don't worry, I know I'm almost definitely pronouncing that wrong. I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to deal with that, that I'll be saying it incorrectly for the entire video. So first of all, you might notice that, wow, there's already a sketch on screen, and also I just gave her 6 fingers and just figured that out right there. But yeah, so what I had done for this one was I had doodled her in my sketchbook beforehand, because I was just trying to kind of figure out some ideas of what to do with Nyarlathotep senpai, because I don't know, I just wanted to explore different avenues, because I had a couple of different ideas in mind, and I didn't want to waste your time showing that process, because it's a pretty slow kind of, it's not an entertaining process. But I liked the sketch I had done in my notebook a lot, and I wanted to use that as my kind of starting point. So I just scanned that into my computer using my scanner, and that's why the sketch was already there, because that's my pencil. That's pencil on paper right there. This process, by the way, of scanning illustrations and then doing everything digitally on top of that, was how I did almost all of my art up until last year. when I first got my art tablet for Christmas in 2019, this is what I did. And I would do everything with a mouse, so yeah. But anyway, so let's talk about Nyarlathotep senpai. So, Nyarlathotep is another one of Lovecraft's old gods, or rather they're an outer god. And they appear in the most Lovecraft stories, like they're the most reoccurring antagonist, and they get name-dropped a lot. By all means, Nyarlathotep, in Lovecraft's eyes, was the big bad that you should care about. The problem is, Call of Cthulhu was just way more popular, and that's why we all care about our big fish monster man. So it was actually kind of hard to find any information about Nyarlathotep, like how they looked. You know, because they're usually in the form of like a human. They look like an Egyptian pharaoh, because since Lovecraft was a raging racist piece of shit, the only thing scarier to him than an incomprehensible demon monster was a brown man. Because fuck that. Fuck H.P. Lovecraft. However, beyond that, it was difficult to find any descriptions of Nyarlathotep's monster form, like old god form. So it made it a lot harder to figure out what to do with Nyarlathotep senpai here, because, you know, Cthulhu's got a very iconic design. So, I did not design Cthulhu-chan anyway. I was illustrating a figure I had found. But I wanted Nyarlathotep to, like, fit into the same world, kind of like an idol sort of idea, like they're an idol group. My sister had referred to it when I told her that this was gonna be something I do. She had described it as Love Livecraft, and I love that. But, so, yeah, it was just a little difficult to figure out what to do with Nyarlathotep, except I did know that, well, since the canon version is usually an Egyptian fella, that meant I got to make her a beautiful brown woman, and she's so cute. But so I was looking at different artworks that other people had done of Nyarlathotep, and there were a couple of consistent things. One, he has, like, his head's just one tentacle. That's something you'll see a lot, is just one tentacle head. So that immediately translated into her, like, high ponytail tentacle thing that she's got here. So that one was easy, but the other parts were a little bit more difficult. One, he's usually doesn't seem to have eyes, which is what made me decide to give her these really low bangs so that you can't see her eyes to kind of convey that same thing. I'm torn on the idea of if you were to look under her hair, either she would have just really scary eyes or she just wouldn't have any. And I don't know which one I like better between those two options. Another thing, he's usually got like a long mouth, like kind of right above his collarbone. And that's why she's got her boob window there, because that's acting as kind of the mouth adjacent, you know, it's in the upper torso, an element that conveys that creepy weird mouth thing. Kind of like how on Cthulhu-chan's design, she's got that cute like cravat thing that kind of looks like a bunch of tentacles, you know, because Cthulhu has a tentacle face. So yeah, kind of like that. Beyond that, Nyarlathotep seems to pretty consistently have, like, tentacles or multiple legs, and that's why she's got a lot of kind of stuff going on in the bottom half of her design. That's why she's got the, like, cute tails, like of curtains, like, clothing. Like, she's got little streaks of cute little... Well, she's got cloth hanging out of her skirt, you know? And then also the ribbons on her socks. I wanted there to be a lot of leg stuff going on for her. And then for the color palette, Nyarlathotep consistently seems to be in, like, warm lighting. Like, there's lots of, like, reds and oranges with him. I don't know why, but it gave me a very fiery sort of feel, which is good, because one, this color palette looks great, and two, this means that she contrasts Cthulhu-chan really well. Like, they are clearly distinct but look good together, so that's really fun. In terms of her hair as well, I wanted her, so he always seems to have, you know, his tentacle head, but it's definitely not like an octopus tentacle. Like, it doesn't have suction cups, from what I can tell. It kind of feels like a snail or some other cephalopod, and I wanted it to look kind of rigid like that. I wanted to convey that texture of a hard tentacle, which is why I textured her hair that way, because I definitely didn't want it to just look like Cthulhu-chan's hair, but just one ponytail, you know? I'm doing sort of underneath lighting, like she's being lit from below, because like I mentioned, Nyarlathotep seems to pretty consistently be in like volcanic caverns or something. And that's still it makes her look powerful. That kind of lighting conveys power. Think about Super Saiyans charging up, you know, being lit from below gives the impression that you are large and imposing. It also kind of makes you look scary, you know, like holding a flashlight under your chin to tell a spooky story, which is good, because that kind of vibes with our theme of these cute little monster idol girls of, you know, it's Cthulhu and Nyarlathotep, but they're still cute, you know? So, I definitely believe this version of Nyarlathotep would be a bit more shy. But like, maybe she could be really aggressive if her friends are in danger. Something like that. Nyarlathotep seems to have a thing for madness. Like, one of the traits I found on the wiki about him is that he just likes making people go mad. Sounds like a fun time to hang out with him. I guess that's more interesting than just trying to kill or eat people. But maybe that means that Nyarlathotep Senpai here could be like a little bit of a prankster. Like, she's kind of shy, but she's also not afraid to pour salt in your water to watch you suffer that way. That's cute. I really love that. I just came up with that idea, and that's canon now. I don't know a ton about most of Lovecraft's other monsters, but this has been a lot of fun, just like trying to do research about Nyarlathotep to make this illustration. Yeah, I'd love to do more of this. This is just a grand old time. And maybe one day I'll have all 9 of these monster gals if we're going with love Livecraft as our base. But yeah, please let me know what you think of her. I'm really happy that she actually kind of looks, you know, she's clearly not Nyarlathotep, but she looks more like him than any other iteration of the character I've seen as an anime girl. Because I'm not the only one who's decided to do this, but every other, hey, you may like the Fate Go or whatever version of Nyarlathotep, but let's be honest, that's just an anime girl. There's nothing about that design that conveys Nyarlathotep, and I'm really happy with how I was able to convey the origin of this concept. But that's enough jabber-jawing out of me. Yeah, let me know if you liked it, and I hope you had fun.